Underground entertainment. Come on. Yeah.
What's up, fight fans? This is Farouk from the African Fighters. Today I'll be introducing you to a new program on the channel called Waiting Day, which means in American or British English means what just happened or what happened. This is a combat sports show where we'll be talking about activities outside the cage, the ring. I'll be projecting, analyzing, looking into tiny things people are not paying attention to, bringing it out there, showing it to the world, showing it to the fans. But mind you, this is just my casual perspective. So I hope you're enjoying this show. Share your recommendations, share me topics, share me ideas you want me to break down, discuss. And make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into today's chapter. Today we'll be talking about Francis Ngannou interview with Ariel Helwani yesterday. There are three key things I noticed from that interview. Francis Ngannou, a happy man, and we were happy to see Francis Ngannou happy. And you all know the story, Francis Ngannou, the story about him fumbling the bag. And now it is the opposite. Dana White is covered in shame. He could not announce the UFC 300 fight on the day the news broke out that Ngannou was fighting Joshua. He had to wait till the next day to announce the fights, the UFC fights added on the card, UFC 300 fight, because the fans already knew. It was already projected. The fans already knew Dana White by now that anytime there's the big news about Francis Ngannou, Dana White will come out and say something just to divert attention. And but this time around, it didn't work out well for Dana. He didn't see that coming. Ngannou still the big man, still the main man, enjoying life, smiling all throughout the interview, having fun, sharing his experience about his journey in boxing. And it seems Ngannou is going to stay in boxing. And that's my second point. My second observation is Ngannou in the interview with Ariel Helwani. At any point in time, talking about MMA. He mentioned that his focus this year is going to likely be boxing. He's fighting Anthony Joshua in March. And he's projecting a rematch with Tyson Fury toward the end of this year, because there's no concrete fight in the PFL so far. I think the only fight left for Ngannou, to be honest, will be, even in MMA, is going to be a crossover fight. Ngannou will likely fancy another, maybe a cross promotion between PFL and the UFC, or maybe a unification fight where the PFL champion fights the PFL heavyweight champion, fight the Bellator heavyweight champion, and the winner fight Ngannou. To clarify, when I mean Ngannou crossover MMA fight, I mean in the UFC, there's no other fight than Ngannou versus John Jones. That's going to be the biggest combat sport fight of all time. And I think UFC, if I were in Dana White's shoes, before retiring as the president of the UFC, PFL are humble. PFL gives the UFC props. Dana White should make this fight for the fans. But I don't know if he can do that. Dana White is stubborn. He's a man with pride, and he deserves that as well for what he has accomplished. But if Dana White can put his head down and make that fight, it's going to be the biggest fight in combat sport or in mixed martial arts. John Jones, the MMA GOAT, versus Francis Ngannou, the greatest heavyweight of this era in MMA. So that will be one of the fights. Or Ngannou fighting the winner of a fight between Ryan Bader, the Bellator heavyweight champion, and the PFL heavyweight champion, Renan Ferreira. So that, for me, is the second point. Point number 3, Ngannou also fancy his chances against Anthony Joshua in their boxing fight coming up in March. Ngannou seems very confident. He's a confident man, a happy man. He's more relaxed than before he fought Tyson Fury, because even then, he himself knew he was good, he was great, but he didn't know how it is going to play out. But now I think he has learned something about himself. He said so in an interview, and he's looking at improving. He mentioned he has been improving, and he even mentioned that he's looking for a knockout against Joshua. You can see he looks more confident, and think Joshua is going to be an easier job than Tyson Fury. So these are the three things. Ngannou is a happy man. Ngannou is not fighting MMA this year. Very, very, very unlikely he fights in MMA. And lastly, Ngannou is a confident man going to the boxing fight believing he can knock out Anthony Joshua. So these are the two observations Is there anything you think we missed? Is there anything you observed from the Francis Ngannou interview about his plan for this year that we did not mention? Please let us know in the comment section. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel. Also, you can support us on Patreon. Link in the description or link in description or link in bio. See you some other time. Peace out. Bye for now, African fighters.
Big round